Hello. Motivational strategies and changing trends. Under this podcast series, this is next episode. I'm going to tell a story to captivate the audience. More about the story at the end. Okay, so let's start. A typical wintry day. The temperature was normal for the winter. We just had lunch. I was checking the mails. I saw Herbert smile and he was doing good. On a typical wintry day, I had a routine. We all will go to the corner pub and have a fantastic evening. I was waiting when the evening comes. I got ready and took my umbrellas. It was going to snow anytime. I hurriedly reached to the pub. Already, my friend circles were there. Pub was our favorite place, especially in the winter. We used to get all our meals there. We used to understand how our soldiers are doing all over the world, how the parliament people perform, how the Tories are doing, and how the liberals are doing. We used to discuss everything. We used to discuss even the sports, which county won and which lost. Our subjects were always very innovative. Sometimes we think that, well, even Tories did not show the courage uh, to reject the bill because we thought they are still colonizing and uh, we shouldn't have been discussing the independence at this time. But even Tories couldn't reject that bill. It was always fantastic talks and arguments. That day was not different. I joined. The beer and the wine was pouring in the glass, and laughter and arguments kept on going. It was already dark. Slowly, slowly, people started leaving. I took a washroom break. When I came, the bar was almost empty. I paid my tab and then I started going. Suddenly, something took my attention. I saw one strange guy and he was still alone on the table having having his beer. His big hat kept on the table was telling me he's a soldier. And looking at his dress, I clearly surmised he must have come from overseas. While sipping, he just took his face up and I was able to see him. If you want to mortify the emotions, say sorrow, if you want to mortify the sorrow, I saw that was on his face. Without understanding, I literally forgot my etiquette not to speak to strangers unless required. I just sat down and I asked, "How do you do?" He did not respond. The bartender was dimming the lanterns, so the light was also going down. I saw next to his hat there was something else. Oh my god, it was looking like some animal part. I have seen animal parts many times. Soldiers used to come from all over, so even though I did not personally see the tigers, lions, or all other exotic animals, but I knew their body parts because they used to bring the nails, tooth, or some other skin or some other thing. But that thing was different. It was looking different. When I tried to see more closely, looked like a talisman, a dried paw. And what animal is this? Oh, looks like a monkey's paw. What is this? I looked at him. He spoke with a big sorrow pouring through his words. That is magical and it works. There was another surprise for me. It's 19th century. Our ships goes abroad and this guy is telling something magical in the dried monkey's paw. I didn't say anything. He continued. He told there is a Himalayan sadhu has given him that and it grants three wishes. I was again taken aback on my seat. If something is magical and it grants you three wishes, and look at his face. I didn't say anything. The guy shook his head and probably tried to leave. I said, "Can I have this?" He looked at me and said, "I told you that works." And he left. By this time, bartender already dimmed all the lights. Don't know what to do. I just took that talisman, put in my pocket, and I left. Hurriedly, I came back because snow was already pouring. I put that talisman on the table and literally forgot about it. It was a cold evening and I tried to get myself warm near the fireplace. Then we had a fantastic dinner. I had a big soup and a wonderful dinner. For we both had the dinner and then we were reclining on the chair before going to the bed. I suddenly remembered the talisman. I told Martha, "Look, this is a magical talisman. One Himalayan sadhu has given one soldier. It grants three wishes." We both looked at each other and just laughed. Martha tried to take in her hand. Suddenly, with tingling sensation, she dropped it. Perhaps it moved in her hand. I saw, she saw, but we couldn't believe in our eyes. How could that happen? Finally, Martha said, "What's the problem? If it grants wish, then wish. Say some wish." Okay, so we decided let's have a wish. I took that talisman in my hand and I said, "I wish 200 pounds today." We both looked at each other and laughed. We never seen that in one go. Nothing happened. The talisman again moved. We both saw, but we ignored this time and we put it back on the table. We were about to retire in the bed. Suddenly, there were big knocks on the door. Somebody was thumping on the door. At this time, on the snowy day, even neighbors won't come. The thumps were kept on increasing, as if there is a bear is behind it and it's desperately trying to come in. We both went and opened the door. A delivery man. He already come in the afternoon. How could be here at this time? We both have a big question mark on our face. Without speaking much, that guy handed over an envelope. I opened it. Oh my God, the smell of new currency. In one shot, 200 pounds. I never saw that. We both were just went crazy for a moment. If we had our damn shoes, we would have done a duet there. We asked what happened, how did this happen, how did you give this to me? The guy just collected himself and put everything back. I saw on the envelope some shipping company address was there. I again asked what happened, how did you give me this much money? He said, well, he cleared his throat and he said, there were no pains. There were no pains. We both looked at each other. He continued, the hand was caught in the machine. We tried to pull it back. It was too late. We couldn't do anything. All the parts were mutilated. Company decided we should take care of it. And we did. The company is very prompt in their service. As a severance, these are the 200 pounds from the insurance. This is their address. Both of our eyes were popping out now. Our mouth was not shutting. That means, that means, Herbert! Oh my God! After a few moments, we both did not understand what happened. It was just the door was closed. When we collected ourselves, the snow was relentless. It was extremely cold, and we now understood those 200 pounds where they came from. We kept on weeping. I took Martha to the bedroom above, upstairs. We were not able to stop ourselves. Suddenly, Martha woke up. She said, we still have two wishes, David. We still have two wishes. Let me go. She just had a hysteria. She went down. She took that talisman in her hand. I was following her. Now I realize what she's going to do. What she's about to do. I tried to pull her back, but it was too late. She wished, I want my son back again. I put my hand on my forehead. What did you wish? The talisman again moved in her hand, and we both collapsed in the chair. After some time, again there were thumps on the door. Martha tried to go and open the door. I was pulling her back with all the strength what I had. I was not sure how much strength she had because I was not able to. But I successfully pulled her back and threw her on the chair and again took the talisman in my hand. And I wished, let he go where he comes from. After some time, the thumps on the door stopped and it was calm everywhere. I, I looked behind. She was still weeping. I told her, you couldn't have seen her. You couldn't have seen him. That's why. That's why I've done that wish. Thank you.